So people talk about B2C, B2B. What are the differences between B2C and B2B? I mean, we just saw the milkshake. That's a B2C. We saw that Tesla has a B2C and a B2B model. So business to consumer and business to business. What's the big difference between them? Let's talk about that for a second. With business to consumer, we're really creating value for people. And with B2B, we're creating value for people that work in businesses. So it's more of an H2H rather than B2B or B2C, isn't it? It's about human to human. And for us to decrypt that puzzle of understanding people's jobs to be done, their pains and their dreams, we need to talk and think about people. And this is where we start our deep dive into the value proposition design world. So I'd like you to join me, and we're going to walk this path together so that you can actually design your first value proposition based on your idea. All right, ready? The 6 archetypes. What are we talking about here? So if you're aiming to solve a problem and your customers are organizations, corporations, or companies, we should be looking at the 6 personas that there are in every situation in which we're going to develop value for. Situation is something that happens, a story that happens to someone. And in every situation, you would find that there are those 6 personas. Let's go over those personas for a second. The decision maker, we're going to define them pretty soon, and I'd like to show you who the decision maker is. So the decision maker is the person who has the worth-solving problem. They also have the resources and the budget, and they have the authority or the power to sign off on your value, to buy the product or the service from you. The decision maker is the most important persona you'd be looking for when you're looking for golden problems. So a problem worth solving is this problem of the decision maker. And he is the person that you should be looking out for when you're thinking about your first and foremost important customer in your situation. The other personas are the influencer, which is the second important person, the guy or the lady who are trusted by the decision maker. And he often or she often asks them to come up with solutions to their problem. She or he are going to be the person you're looking for to be your champion. The influencer doesn't have to be from within the organization. He could be a peer, a subordinate, an employer, could be a consultant, a spouse, or any of the other combinations. You also have a recommender who is really the gatekeeper in this sense. The guy who the decision maker would tell you, all right, I heard you, I heard about your solution. You need to verify that, you need to get acknowledgement, or you need to get a stamp of approval from this guy, the recommender, and if you do that, we could continue our conversation. So he's the royal taster, if you'd like. We have an economic buyer who is the guy who would execute the purchase order for you, purchasing for that matter. We also have an end user who's going to use your solution, who's going to benefit from the usage of that piece of software, maybe that device, maybe that app. And then there's the saboteur. And in every situation, there is a saboteur. Saboteur is one of the 2 criterions. He's either thinking there is no problem, so there's no need for solution, or he's your banana. Remember what a banana is, right? Your substitute, your alternative competitor. So the 6 types you would find in any situation, look out for them. Because if you haven't found your decision maker, you need to make sure that you do. And if somebody's not a decision maker, he's one of the other 5. Mapping those personas would help you very much become more efficient in your search for golden problems. So I'd like to give you a quick exercise. Pick a situation from your environment, from your department, from the neighboring department, from your organization, from your division. Maybe it could be the addition of a model to your software. It could be something that has to do with HR. Whatever the situation may be, pick up a situation and try to map on a piece of paper as a team who the decision maker is, who's the influencer, who's the recommender. Are there duplicates? Are there overlaps? And come back to me in 2 minutes. I'll see you then. So we learned about personas, but personas are not enough. Because if we talk about a CEO of a factory, it wouldn't be the same CEO on their first day on the job, and it wouldn't be the same CEO a day after the quarterly reports. Or it wouldn't be the same CEO when they have to hire a lot of people or expand to a new territory and so forth. Which means that a persona on its own is not enough. We need to talk about situations, we need to talk about contexts, and we need to talk about timing factors. Because the combination of a persona in a situation in a specific range or timing with context to a specific industry or neighborhood or field is a totally different case. And for us to be accurate and for us to be relevant with our value proposition, product, service, or features, we need to understand that situation and persona really well. So to move forward, I'd like to start our journey together. Early evangelists are the people that are going to buy into your value proposition first. They're waiting for you. They have been waiting for some time. Remember Southwest and their bus in the air value proposition? So when you're looking for re-segmentation of your market, you're looking to pick and choose problems, you're looking for early evangelists, the people who would go first for your offer. But make no mistake, early evangelists and early adopters are not the same thing. Early adopters go for innovative stuff because it's new, and they desert at the same speed. Early evangelists go through evolution of their problem maturity. Let's look at that for a second. So to be an early evangelist, you have to have a problem, right? But that's not enough. What's the next step? Right. You need to know you have a problem, because if you don't know of that problem, it's going to take time to uncover it for you. But that's not enough as well. What's the next step? Right. You need to look for a solution actively. There's got to be evidence that you're looking for that solution. Most entrepreneurs, most innovators would stop here and say, all right, great, we found the problem. But there's got to be another step. Your customer has partially solved this. They have a banana in place, but it's not a satisfactory for them. And they have secured a budget to acquire a total perfect solution for their problem. These are your early evangelists. And the great news is they're waiting for you. You just need to uncover them. At the last block module of our course, we're going to talk about customer discovery. And I'm going to give you some really smart questions to ask to uncover hidden needs and jobs to be done.